Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Ballabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Ballabha Girivardhari Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. God of Evanande. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatha Balakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatan Vitam Dam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadrutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyanya Deshatarine. So my thanks to you all, ladies and gentlemen and kids, for associating today here to hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Today we're studying from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, chapter 7, canto 7, is it? 7, 10, 2. Canto 7, chapter 10, text number 2. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Prahlada Uvacha Ma Mam Pralobhya Upatya Saktam Kameshu Tai Varai Tatsangabita Nirvina Mamukshu Tvam Upashrita Shri Prahlada Uvacha Mamang Pralobhayot Patya Saktam Kameshu Tai Varai Tatsangabita Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita Shri Prahlada Uvacha Amamang Pralobhayot Patya Saktam Kameshu Tai Varai Tatsangabita Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita Shri Prahlada Uvacha Mamang Pralobhayot Patya Saktam Kameshu Tai Varai Tatsangabita Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita
Sri Prahlada Vacha Mamam Pralodayotpatya Shaktam Kameshu Tairvare Tatsangabito Nirvino Mukshustvam Upasrita
Shri Prahlada Vacha Namang Pralobhayot Patya Tattakamishu Varai Tatsangabhuta Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita Shri Prahlada Vacha Mamang Pralobhayot Patya Sadakamishu Varai Tatsangabhita Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita Shri Prahlada Vacha Namang Pralobhayot Patya Saktama Varai Tatsangabhita Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita Shri Prahlada Vacha Namang Pralobhayot Patya Saktakamishu Varai Tatsangabhuta Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita. Ladies. Shri Prahlada Vacha Namang Pralobhayot Patya Saktam Kameshu Varai Tatsangabhuta Nirvino Mumukshustvam Upashrita. Shri Prahlada Vacha Namang Pralobhayot Patya Tatsangabhuta Nirvino Nirvino Pashrita. Shri Prahlada Vacha Prabhaya Bhaktya Saktakamishu Varai Tatsangabhuta Nirvino mumukshastvam upashrita. Sri Prahlada Uvacha. Prahlada Maharaj said to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ma, please do not, Mam, me, Pralodbaya, allure, Utpatya, because of my birth in a demoniac family, Saktam, I'm already attached, Kameshu, to material enjoyment, Tai, by all those, Varai, benedictions of material possessions, Tatsangabita, being afraid of such material association, Nirvana, completely detached from material desires, Mumukshu, desiring to be liberated from material conditions of life. Tvam, unto your lotus feet, Upashrita, I have taken shelter. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Prahlada Maharaj said, my dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because I was born in an atheistic family, I am naturally attached to material enjoyment. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. I am very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be liberated from materialistic life. It is for this reason that I have taken shelter of your lotus feet. Purport. Materialistic life means attachment to the body and everything in relationship to the body. This attachment is based on lusty desires for sense gratification, specifically sexual enjoyment. Kamaistarataya Hritagyana, Bhagavad Gita 7.20. When one is too attached to material enjoyment, he is bereft of all knowledge, Hritagyana. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, those who are attached to material enjoyment are mostly inclined to worship the demigods to procure various material opulences. They are especially attached to the worship of the goddess Durga and Lord Shiva, because this transcendental couple can offer their devotees all material opulence. Prahlada Maharaj, however, was detached from all material enjoyment. He therefore took shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nrsingadev and not the feet of any demigod. It is to be understood that if one really wants release from this material world, from the threefold miseries, and from Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, birth, death, old age, and disease, one must take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For without the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot get release from materialistic life. Atheistic men are very much attached to material enjoyment. Therefore, if they get some opportunity to achieve more and more material enjoyment, they take it. Prahlada Maharaj, however, was very careful in this regard, although born of a materialistic father. Because he was a devotee, he had no material desires. Anyabhilatacha shunyam bhaktivedanta sindhu 1:111. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is interesting to note here, he is praying to Krishna in the form of Nrsingadev, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. So Krishna is giving illusions? Actually, indirectly, Krishna is giving the illusions. Just like the prison house for the prisoners, it is under the direction of the government. The supreme government is there in some state, and the law-abiding citizens, they follow the rules and regulations of the state and enjoy the privileges of being law-abiding citizens. And that same government is also providing the prison for those who want to disobey the laws of the state. So the illusions are actually coming indirectly from Krishna. For those who want to be illusioned, he provides the illusion. So Lord, here we see Prahlada Maharaj is praying, do not tempt me with these illusions. Don't let me be under your material energy, in other words. It's your material energy. Krishna is the proprietor of everything, so the material energy is also under Krishna. Even though Maya is there, Durga Devi is there, providing the material illusions, she is under the direction of Krishna. Just like it states in Brahma Samhita, she's acting in accordance with the will of Krishna. So he's begging Krishna to not, or Lord Nrsingadev, do not tempt me with these illusions. It's very nice. He's saying, I'm very much afraid of material conditions. It's called a healthy fear of Maya, you see. If one is afraid of Maya, it's very good, you see. This is a very good thing to be afraid of, you see. Healthy fear of Maya. Because Maya will drag us back down into the cycle of birth and death. If we remain under her clutches, she keeps us caught up in Janma Mrityu Jaravadi. So we have to become free from this attraction to the material nature, especially those of us who come from demoniac families, you see. If you're born in a devotee family, the parents are Vaishnavas, they're having arati regularly in the home, everyone's taking prasadam, they're going to the temple, they're chanting japa. Very, very fortunate if you're born in a family of devotees. For most of us, especially from those of us from America, we were born in demoniac families, eating meat, Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving means a big turkey sitting there. Oh, wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. It's a big turkey sitting there. Oh, we get to eat the turkey, you see. That was the family, the lifestyle I came from. Turkey dinners. It's considered normal. Eggs and bacon for breakfast. I mean, horrible things. It's considered the standard thing. This is standard American life. Eggs and bacon, hamburgers. I mean, it's just the whole thing. We grew up in that. And then Prabhupada says this attachment based on lusty desires, specifically sexual enjoyment. So that was also the culture of many of us devotees in the beginning. We came out of the hippie movement, and sexual enjoyment was considered a normal thing. They used to call it making love. You see, it doesn't matter. There was no question of marriage. And whoever you want, you have sex with everybody you want, whenever you want. That was the standard of the hippie movement. So those who came out of the hippie movement, we had to give it up. Yes, this is something better than sexual enjoyment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna consciousness is the highest pleasure. So we get that highest pleasure, we can automatically give up the lower pleasures. You see, the lower pleasures are there. They're all based on the misidentification with matter. But actually, no matter what arrangements you make for material enjoyment, you'll never be satisfied, you see. You may make, whatever you can make arrangement. Get a better job, get a better education, a better degree, a better job, get a wife, have sex enjoyment, have some kids, get a house, get a nice car, even up to the post of being Lord, even become Lord Brahma, the Lord of the whole universe here, you see. No matter whatever arrangements you make for material enjoyment, you will never be satisfied. Why is that, you could ask? Come on, I thought it was great to have all these things, and now you're saying, Sankarshan Das, it's not satisfying me. Why it isn't satisfying? Everybody's running after these things, running. I see them every day on the freeways, running into town, running home, running on the freeway, thousands of people running into all the cities, on the trains. They've been flying on the airplanes to their jobs, running to get money, sweeter than honey. Why are you saying this is not the thing? Well, my dear devotees, this is not the thing because they're not of this atmosphere, you see. We are not of this material world. I don't care what arrangement you can make materially, you will never be satisfied here because that's not who you really are. You're not this material body. You are not of this material world. You see. You, every one of us, we are all creatures of the spiritual world. So no matter what arrangement you may make to be happy, or even the greatest arrangement you may have to be a big, powerful person with rich wealth, fame, and so many things, no matter what arrangements you make, you will never be satisfied here because this is not our home. You may make all arrangements for the fish that's been washed up on the beach, Oh, my dear fish, I see you flapping in agony here. Let me give you $1 million or $1 billion and a nice movie star wife. I'll give you all facilities to be happy. But that fish will still be flapping in agony on the beach, you see. Because he is a creature of the water. So just as he is a creature of the water, as soon as you throw him back in the water, he's immediately unlimited and happy, you see. So as soon as we get back in our actual atmosphere, which is called Krishna consciousness, you see, or God consciousness, or Allah consciousness, Jehovah consciousness, as soon as we get back in our Buddha consciousness, or Christ consciousness, as soon as we get back in that original natural atmosphere from which we have actually come, then we actually can be unlimitedly happy. So it's not difficult to achieve unlimited happiness. We simply have to get back to being who we are. That's all. The trouble is we're trying to be what we're not. Isn't that a stupid thing to try to be what you're not? Would you think it's smart to try to be what you're not? No, it's asinine to try to be what you're not. You see? So don't try to be what you're not. You can never be what you're not, but we're trying so hard to be what we're not, isn't it? We're trying so hard to be what we're not. Getting that education, getting that job, getting that wife, getting that husband, having this. We're trying to be what we're not. So no matter what you try to do to become happy in this material world, trying to be what you're not, you will never be happy, and boom, you're dragged out of the time of death for another round of trying to be what you're not. As a cow, as an elephant, as a dog eater, trying to be this, but you'll never be happy trying to be what you're not. Just make it simple. It's like the old KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. Is it? Just be who you are. That's all you have to do. It's not difficult. Just be who you are, my dear devotee. Just be who you are. Jivarasa Rupahoy Krishna Nitya Das. The constitutional position of a living entity is that he is what? The eternal servant of who? Krishna. That's all you have to do. It's so simple. Simple for the simple and difficult for the crooked. So don't be crooked. Being crooked means you cheat yourself, my dear devotees. So don't cheat yourself. Why don't you be kind to yourself and stop trying to be what you're not? Just try to be what you are. Would you have any objection to being what you are? You see? But yes, we object. What will my neighbors think? What will my friends think? What will my family think? Well, don't you understand what your real family is? My mother didn't like it I became a devotee. I was raised a Christian, you know. She didn't like it. She thought I'd given up Jesus. She didn't realize Jesus made me a devotee. Because I was trying to become self-realized, you see. I understood that everything was God's energy. I had that realization. And I was trying to figure out how can I become self-realized. But I understood Jesus is a self-realized soul. Now, how was his secret? What made Lord Jesus Christ a self-realized soul? So I was studying the Bible every day, trying to see what made him a self-realized soul, and boom, one day I found it. He says, Father, not my will, but thy will be done. Aha! You just have to do what God wants, not what you want. That's the secret of becoming self-realized. But I hadn't heard a problem. I didn't know what God wanted me to do. I was trying to figure out. I was waiting for that voice from the sky saying, okay, here's what you're supposed to do. But the voice didn't come. What to do? But then I realized, wait a minute. You can't hear God, but you know what? He can hear you. So I started praying, Dear God, please guide me how I can become your perfect servant. That became my prayer. Dear God, please guide me how I can become your perfect servant. And then he sent a representative to Austin named Vishnu Janaswami. You see? And he showed me how to be a servant of God, you see. So I took it up. Yes, this is where it's at. Y'all become the servant of God. And it worked. You see. Back in 71, I took it up, and it really works because it's the real thing. You see? It's the real thing. Being Krishna conscious is doing the real thing. It's being who you actually are. So I took it up, and it's been working for over a half a century because this is the real thing. The heck with what my mother thinks, who cares? You say, I've had so many millions of mothers, but I'm praying for her liberation. Actually, when you become a devotee, you deliver 14 generations of your family. So don't worry about your family members. You can liberate all of them When you become a devotee, you liberate all your family members, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, back, 14 generations. So don't worry about your family, my dear devotee. Just become a pure devotee. They'll all become liberated, even the ones you don't even know. They'll all become liberated, you see. So take it up. It works. It'll make you happy in 14 generations. And actually, if you become a pure devotee, you can make the whole world Krishna conscious, Prabhupada says, you see, in his purport. So we can actually, by embracing pure bhakti as our only business, we can make the whole world Krishna conscious. As predicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sadjana Durjana Pangu, Jada Anagana, Premanmalaya Duveda, Jagatera Jana. This Krishna consciousness movement is a tidal wave of ecstasy, of prema. It will inundate the entire world and drown everyone, whether you're pious, impious, lame, invalid, blind. Everybody can drown in this ocean of love of God. So we're sitting pretty, as they say, at the most amazing moment in world history. Lord Chaitanya's movement has gone on now for 500 years. It was kept in India until the mid-60s when Prabhupada planted the seeds all over the world. And now these seeds have grown, they're taking root and all over the world, in Melbourne, in New York, in Chicago, in Austin, so many places, in Mauritius, some in Port Louis, there's so many places that's taking root, Johannesburg, and so many places, Moscow, so many places that are taking root, you see. So now if we can actually cultivate pure devotional service as our only business with our every thought, word, and deed in all times, places, and circumstances, we'll see this whole world become inundated in love of God. You see, whole world. McDonald's will have to give up its rascal business, you see. Because nobody will buy hamburgers, and they go out of business because nobody buys hamburgers anymore, unless they switch to veggie burgers, you see. McVeggies, right? So we have to understand we have an amazing opportunity now to revolutionize our hearts and revolutionize the whole world. It's a great opportunity. It's an exciting moment in history. It's a very thrilling moment in history. Right here, right now, in 2023, it's a very, very exciting and thrilling moment in history. So go for it. Revolutionize your hearts and let's revolutionize the world. Doesn't matter if you're a senior citizen or a little kid. We all have the same opportunity to become pure devotees. Doesn't matter your age, your race, your gender, your nationality. It doesn't, your education, whether you're hard of hearing or you need thick glasses. Doesn't matter what your position is, you see. We all have the equal opportunity to become pure devotees of Krishna and revolutionize the whole world. We all have equal opportunity. So this is an amazing process. I was just, and Krishna is so amazing. I was studying about him this morning in the Brahma Samhita. It was amazing, that verse, Angani, we sing it, it's in the prayers every morning. Angani yasha sakalendriya vritti manti, pasyanti panti kalayanti charam jaganti, ananda chinnaya svadurvala vingrahasya, govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship God in the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each and every limb of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. I was really amazed. This Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, his native language is what? Bengali. Here he is talking in English. We can't even follow his English. He's so erudite. I thought, well, let's look up this word substantiality. Everyone knows that word, right? Substantiality. It's in the dictionary, but it doesn't actually say what it means. I looked up in Merriam-Webster's. Substantial is defined, but not substantiality. It says other related words, substantiality, it doesn't even define it. You see? But his English is so erudite, substantiality. Or you could say substantialness. It's like meaning. Just see the amazing English. And just see the amazing, actually, where did this come from? Lord Rama, in his trance of bhakti, he had this vision. See, this all came from a vision Brahmaji had of Krishna, you see. Here he is in a deep trance of bhakti and actually sees Krishna, and all this becomes, he actually sees it and experiences it firsthand. That's why he's the head of our sampradaya, you see. He experienced this firsthand. He had this vision of Krishna and all that's revealed to him. And then it says, each and every limb of that transcendental figure possesses in himself. Well, that's pretty amazing. We say, you would think, well, every limb of his body in itself. But no, every limb is himself. It's not itself. That's another amazing thing. Each and every limb of the transcendental possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. That means his fingernail manifests all the universes. He can see everything, hear everything, and taste everything just with his fingernail. That's how amazing, the tip of his fingernail, the white part. That's how powerful Krishna, you see. He maintains infinite universe by the white part of his fingernail. And he can see everything. See, you can see what we see with our eyes, we hear with our ears, we taste with our tongue, you see. But he can do all of those things just with the tip of his fingernail. He can see with the tip. That's how amazing Krishna is, you see. So this is the amazing person that we're giving our lives to, you see. He has unlimited potency in each and every limb of his transcendental body. Even the hairs on his head. He has unlimited potency in every single fraction of an inch, of a cubic inch of his body, you see. That's the person that we're getting connected with. Pretty amazing. Krishna's pretty amazing, isn't he? Really super amazing personality. Splendorous, unlimitedly sublime personality, Krishna. So the beauty is that when you connect with him, you can enter that same dimension that he lives in, the transcendental dimension. And the really amazing is you don't have to wait for death to actually. Brahmaji didn't have to die to have that vision, but he was still alive and he had that vision, you see. So we can have such an experience as Brahmaji had if we dive deep, 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 deep into this ocean of bhakti. Deep, 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 kicking all material enjoyments. I get out, cut, all material desires, cut. You see? So we want to have some person who can cut all material. That's called the spiritual master. You know? Person who can cut all of our material attachments. You see? We don't really negate. We move to something better. That's all. See, the Maya bodies, they want to cut. But you know the mistake they made? They don't throw away the knife. You see? They keep the knife. Cut, but they're attached to the knife. You see? Cut, but they keep the knife. For the Vaishnava said, wait a minute, my dear Mayavadi friend, you're cutting everything, why don't you cut the knife also? Cut out the knife, you see? So the Vaishnavas are better renouncers than the Mayavadis. We cut the knife, we give you the knife also, you see? So they deny everything. They don't deny denial. That's the Mayavadi's fault. They don't deny denial. But we deny denial, you see. We go into the realm called transcendental acceptance, you see. Now I accept Krishna as my eternal Lord. I accept the spiritual master as a representative. I accept the holy names as a sublime method of reviving my original natural consciousness. So, the bottom line is, if you don't take to this process, you're a big fool and rascal, that's all I can say. If you don't take pure devotional service as your only business, you're what's called a Mahamudha. Do you want to be a Mahamudha? A big ass? Hee-haw. No, give it up. Give up all the stupidity of embracing material sense enjoyment. Get rid of it. Don't cheat yourself. Cut it out, and be who you really are, an eternal spiritual being full of knowledge and bliss. You see. Anybody have any questions? Questions are very good. I was taught in the very beginning, Vishnujan Swami taught me, so you must inquire until all your doubts are answered, till all your doubts are destroyed. You see. Inquiry is a very good way. You have some doubts about some point, you're not clear on some point, it doesn't quite make sense to you, it doesn't fully click in your brain. Well, you inquire, you see. So inquiry is very, very good to get rid of all your doubts. We must destroy all the doubts, and inquiry is an excellent way to do that. So if you have any doubts, or you want clarification at some point, now's your chance. Yes? Somebody may have to help me because I'm hard of hearing.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. When you talk about getting rid of material attachment and being true to ourselves, at certain times of our life, within certain age groups, or like, for example, at the moment, I might be, at this phase where I'm trying to work, I'm trying to make money, but I'm doing that.
The echo is making it hard. Where's you're giving translations there? Okay, maybe you can, because the echoes made it hard for me to figure out what she's saying. These echoes are murder from my hearing. You can make it out.
Okay. She says that still she has to work a job for a living.
That's her.
So it's quite. So how we can be detached?
I work many jobs too. I was a computer programmer working the night shift. I was a telemarketer. I had my own business for a while, Travel Rama. I was also doing job. You see, if it's necessary, you do it. I worked. The first job I had, I worked from like 10 at night till 8 in the morning. But I took my lunch break during Mangalarti. The second job was just part time. Guru Maharaji and I very simply. I just worked 4 hours a day. But the idea is whatever you need to do, do it. Try to simplify it as much as you can. And then the third job was my own business, so I just stayed at home and travel Rama. But whatever you can do, do it. Whatever you need to do, do it. But try to keep it as simple as possible. That's all. There's a very, very high expenses nowadays. So you have to pay your rent. You got to pay for the car, and pay for gasoline, insurance, so many things. So but do it. Keep it as simple as you can. That's all.
In that way, am I being true to who I am? In that way, am I being true to who I am?
Yeah, she's asking, in that way, lifestyle, is she being true to what, like true to herself?
Keep body and soul together is the principle. You have to do what you can to have food to eat, a place to live. You're not disobeying the principles of Scripture by maintaining yourself. Even Prabhupada was a businessman. He was actually a manager in a chemical factory, and then he started his own business, pharmaceutical business, Day's Pharmacy. So Prabhupada had a business also, and he was an employee also. So it's not against regulated principles to have a job or to even start your business. It's not against principles. Okay? Anything else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. Maharaj, we see when we're born in a devotee family, we unknowingly and knowingly commit a lot of Vaishnava Prad. We sometimes fight, we sometimes argue with each other. So is that okay, or should we just restrain from committing Vaishnava Prad from other outside devotees?
She's saying when a person is in the devotee family, unknowingly or knowingly they commit some mistakes, and sometimes they fight and things like that.
And that's normal in family life. But Prabhupada said, if you want to argue, do it politely. That's the key. If you want, so it's naturally you have arguments, husband and wife, or parents and kids. Arguments are natural, but just do it politely. That's all. Don't blow up don't be an exploding volcano. Just do it politely, and then you're okay. Next.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev. Here in the verse it said, like Prahlada Maharaj, born in an atheistic family, but in his childhood, how did he got to know to pray Lord Vishnu and save from all enemies and all?
He's saying Prahlada Maharaj is born in a demoniac family. In his childhood, how did he get this intelligence to pray to Lord Vishnu?
I don't remember the past time, but certainly it was from his previous life. He had some tendency towards bhakti. It's a very interesting question. I don't remember the Leelas. To be honest, I don't remember the past times. Maybe someone remembers the Leelas, but certainly he had that tendency within. And we all have that tendency within. Someone know the past time?
Narada Muni inspected in the womb when he was in the womb.
He got instructed by Narada in the womb. Yeah, he got the answer. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Maharaj.
So that's so the point is, whenever you get devotees association, take advantage of it. You see, that contact with a Vaishnava can actually save you. And what saved me was the contact with the holy name. That did it for me. Some friend of mine turned me onto the Maha Mantra. It wasn't a devotee, but he really liked the mantra. So he turned me onto the mantra. And that was the seed that got me going, the mantra. Next.
Thank you, Gurudev, for nice class. Now, when I look at your life, you have a Krishna conscious practice spanning more than half a century. You have been practicing Krishna conscious for that long. So I'm just curious that what has been your most challenging moment or times while practicing this?
Maybe answering your question would be the most challenging thing. Because there's unlimited challenges actually in Krishna consciousness. We're being challenges are actually a test. We're being challenged in so many ways. We're being tested again and again and again and again. So challenges are actually welcome. We're being tested. Like you go for an exam, you see. The result of the exam is you're promoted to a higher level, isn't it? So challenges are actually, we shouldn't take challenges as some negative thing. We should take challenges as a great blessing. Certainly there's many challenges. Prabhupada leaving the world was certainly a big challenge. When Prabhupada departed, it's a test. Many devotees left. But for those of us who passed the test, I could say that was a very major challenge for us when Prabhupada departed. And you said those who understood the difference between Vapu and Vani, between the instructions and the physical body, who understood that, accepted what Prabhupada said, that Vani is more important than Vapu. So those of us, that was probably the biggest challenge for many of us when Prabhupada departed. Yeah. Those who understood that Prabhupada is not actually dead and gone, he's present right here, right now in the form of his teachings. So those of us who understood that, we passed the test. We were able to successfully pass the challenge of Prabhupada's departure.
Wow. Jai. Thank you so much, Gurudev.
Question there?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. So I was wondering, like initially you said that Krishna gives what we desire from heart, but Prahlada Maharaj didn't ask for any material benediction. Then why does Narasimha Dev offered him material benediction?
Actually, Prahlada Maharaj didn't desire any material benedictions. Then why is Narasimha Dev offering material benedictions?
He is offering? What's the material benediction he's offering? What material benediction was Narasimha offered?
Prahlada Maharaj was not desiring that from his heart. And like you initially mentioned that Krishna gives what he desires from our heart.
She says he was not desiring from his heart anything material. But it's also said that Krishna gives something we desire from our heart.
So what did Prahlad get a material benediction? That's what I'm asking. Did he get one or not?
What material benediction did Narasimha Dev give?
Did Prahlad get a material benediction or not? That's what I'm asking.
So they are saying that he got a kingdom.
A kingdom. But he didn't ask for it. Well, the thing is, Krishna can give something, even though you didn't want it, for the benefit of all the living beings. So to have Prahlad as in charge of your kingdom, it'd be a pretty nice opportunity, wouldn't it? Instead of these Rakshasa leaders, just imagine if Prahlad was the Prime Minister of Australia, how nice that would be. So it's the pure devotee, in fact, has no material desires. Krishna may give in something that's beneficial for the world, for example. Does that make sense? As a blessing upon the suffering living entities is the material existence. Krishna may give a great benediction of power and leadership to a Vaishnava, even though he doesn't want it. That makes sense? Yeah. Got about 6 minutes left. Anyone else have questions?
Gurudev, I have a question.
Okay.
So, we are not as exalted as Prahlada Maharaj. So, how does this apply in our life?
It's very simple. Don't have any material desires. Kick them out. Yeah, you have to be your own psychiatrist and see those weeds appear in the form of the offenses against the holy name. So you have to see, am I committing any offenses? Do I have any desire to enjoy separately from the Lord? If your desires are all for the Lord's pleasure and the Lord's satisfaction and to obey the Lord's orders, then those desires are spiritual. Like Prabhupada told us, deliver the world. So if I have a desire to serve Prabhupada's order to make the world Krishna conscious, that's not a material desire, it's a spiritual desire. We can have unlimited spiritual desires to carry out the orders of the spiritual master. The spiritual master says study Brahma Samhita every day. So if I have a desire to do that, it's a spiritual desire. So if we desire to do what the spiritual master said, the orders he is giving, those are spiritual desires. But if we have any desires separate from the spiritual master's orders, that's a material desire.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So in other words, to have only spiritual desires means desirelessness. You see? Akama. You see? The devotees are akamis. They have no material desires. There's kamis and akamis. Devotees are akamis. They have no material spiritual desires. No material desires. But then they have unlimited desires for making the world Krishna conscious. Their hearts are full of spiritual desires, but that's called desirelessness. In every town and village, my holy name will be known, Lord Chaitanya said. So devotee wants to see that Krishna's holy name is in every town and every village throughout the whole world. He has very big desires to make the whole world Krishna conscious. But that's called desirelessness, you see. Become free from all material desires. Anything else? Yes. Nothing else? Here's two questions coming in, okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. Maharaj, when we take up material positions, we accept some material positions, how do we get that strength to not get attached?
16 good rounds in the morning before you go to your job. Quality japa every morning. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then you can offer your whole day in Krishna's service because are you chanting 16 rounds regularly?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Now increase the quality of your japa. And always be trying to increase the quality of your japa, and that will empower you to engage every thought, word, and deed in all times, places, and circumstances, 24 hours a day in Krishna's service. You have a spiritual master?
Yes.
Very good. So you have to beg for your spiritual master's mercy, and beg for Krishna's mercy, and go deep, deep, deep into the holy names every morning. That will empower you to be Krishna conscious in your job.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Next.
Srila Gurudev, we are sometimes struggling in day-to-day life to become Krishna conscious, and
sometimes we're all struggling at every minute, isn't it?
You are here, so we can actually find this very easy. But when you actually go from here, we find it difficult to continue the Krishna consciousness, to have the same enthusiasm, and
when the spiritual master goes away, is that what you're saying?
Yes, when you are not
the
here.
Spiritual master never goes away, don't you know that? It's like Prabhupada didn't really disappear, you see. The spiritual master never leaves. He's always present. His words are more important than his physical body. So you have to. That means you're mistakenly thinking the spiritual master is not here because he's left. He got on the airplane on Qantas and flew to Los Angeles. You think he's not here anymore. That's your deficient vision. Spiritual master is always present. His vibrational presence, his words are more important than his physical body, so you have to tune into his instructions, and then you'll always feel his presence at every minute. Prabhupada says, I always feel how my spiritual master is with me and guiding me at every minute. So we have to learn from Prabhupada how to always feel connected with our spiritual master in all times, places, and circumstances. It's not that my spiritual master is dead and gone, Prabhupada said. So you have to understand that your spiritual master is always present with you and never away, and that way you'll always be enlivened and empowered by his association at every minute. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, Gurudev.
Yeah. That's our philosophy. That's how it works. Work the process and it works. If you don't work the process, you're a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Work the process and you'll be enlivened and empowered to become Krishna conscious and spread this movement by your potency. Come to that position. Next.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. You mentioned that we should be desireless, but I've heard that desires are unstoppable, so how do we understand this?
You said that we have to be desireless, but desires are unstoppable. How do we understand this?
Yes, we have a nature to desire. So fill your heart with spiritual desires, you see. You have to overflood your heart with spiritual desires, and there won't be any room left for the material desires, you see. The material desires that come and say, no room at the inn. You see, like a hotel, you know, all the rooms are booked, it says no vacancy. So you have to make your heart, every room of your heart is filled with spiritual desires. The material desires come knocking on the door. Sorry, material desires, no vacancy. You see? That's what you have to do. Fill your heart with so many spiritual desires, there's no room left for the material desires. Otherwise, if you leave any room, you know what? There's an old saying, if you give Maya an inch, she'll take a mile. You see? Let me leave a little room for Maya. Yeah. Then she'll come in and you'll take over your heart. You'll be carried away by lust, by anger, by greed. If you even a little space you leave for Maya to come in, she'll take over your heart and you'll become full of lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. So don't leave any room for Maya. Fill your heart completely inundated with spiritual desires, and then you'll be in good shape. Okay?
Thank
so
you.
now doesn't matter your age. What is your age?
10.
10? Doesn't matter about the age. Prahlad was a young boy too, a young child, so you have to follow the Prahlad. You see, Bhakta Prahlad. You have to follow the footsteps of this little boy and become a pure devotee who is completely filled up with spiritual desires, okay? Okay, anything else? Our time is up, and we thank you all for tuning in. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you very much.
His Grace Srimad Sankarshan Das Adhikari ki Jai.